Hi, students and parents of the class of 2024. My name is Brian Maragna, and I am the assistant principal for academics at Loyola. I'm also a proud alumnus from the class of 2000. I'm excited to have you onto campus in the fall as freshmen. And typically we would have a roadmap meeting on campus where we would talk about things that you might expect as we go into the summer and as we prepare for next year. With the closures, we can't do that, and so we'd like to continue providing that information using our digital media platform through the website and through email. We'd also like to supplement some of that information with videos such as this to talk about certain topics. And so our topic today will be about academics, particularly what you can expect in terms of your course load next year and how we will do placement instead of having the placement tests that were originally scheduled. So typically, incoming freshmen take 7.5 credits, and I'll go through those one by one. The first 6 of those credits are full year courses, and they are listed there: math, English, biology, language, history, and theology. Many of those subjects require placement based off of the placement test, and again, I'll talk about that in the next slide. But let me just go through some of these courses. In math, students are typically placed into Algebra 1 for those who've not had any background in algebra or just a very little bit of background in algebra. For students who are very strong in algebra and have had a year or more of it, they may be placed into Algebra 2 Honors. And for students who have some algebra but perhaps need a little bit more work and brushing up on algebra, they will be in Algebra and Analytic Geometry. We know that this year has been unusual, and with the interruption of classes, that people might not have gotten to the same place in math classes that they normally would have had classes not been canceled. We do expect, because of that, placements to be a little bit different and perhaps more students be placed into the Algebra and Analytic Geometry class, which again is between that Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 Honors class. Please note that when you receive your placement in the mail, you'll also get a sense of what track of courses will follow based off of your starting point. Typically, students who begin in Algebra 1 will finish as a senior in pre-calculus. Students who begin in Algebra and Analytic Geometry or in Algebra 2 Honors will finish with a year of calculus. The handful of students who may be more advanced than that may finish with AP Calculus BC. All students will take either an English 1 or English 1 Honors class. All students will take biology or biology honors. All students will take a language, and Spanish, Italian, Latin, Greek. Those who've taken significant levels of that language prior to entering Loyola might be in the second level of that language. And those who have facility and a knack for language, as well as those who have done well on the HSPT, may be placed in the honors level of those classes as well. All students will take a history class, which is world history for freshman year, and all students will take Foundations of Catholic Morality as their theology course. Please note that in English, history, and theology, those students who've been accepted into the Ignatian Honors Program will be in a separate cohort for those 3 subjects. Those are the 6 full credit classes that freshmen take in their freshman year. All freshmen are also required to take half a credit in gym. So that will be 4 out of 5 days in either the fall semester or the spring semester. So that's 6.5 classes, the first 6 subjects there, and then gym, 6.5. What makes it 7 is computer science, and that's a Foundations of Computer Science class. Students who have taken Foundations of Computer Science in Loyola's 8th grade do not have to take that class. Finally, we have another half credit in either the visual arts or performing arts. The majority of students take Art 1, which is a visual arts course, and that's half a credit. However, a number of students join the band or chorus or theater arts, in which case students who take that class do not have to take Art 1. There is room in the schedule if they choose to do so, but they do not have to do so. Students who find that they enjoy Art 1 may opt to take in the second semester an Introduction to Painting, which is a half credit course. So that's the basic overview. Information will be sent to you soon regarding some of those electives and regarding the language that you would like to take. So please keep an eye out for information regarding that. In terms of placement, we typically have math and English placement tests in early May. We typically use those tests to make placement in all the other subjects as well. So we use our math placement test to make the science placement, we use our English placement test to make the history placement, and we actually use both the math and English to make our language placement. Without that data, we'll be relying on the data that is existing from the application process, namely grades that you've submitted, as well as the high school placement test. It's interesting to note that the high school placement test has both a verbal and a math component. And so while it might not have the same level of accuracy that we're used to with this added placement test, we're fairly confident that the scores that we have on file, will be able to generally place most students more or less where they should be. Our aim for placement is so that students are challenged but not overwhelmed, so they can stretch into new competencies without being stressed beyond a limit or beyond their capacity. A final course placement letter will be mailed in late May, and a preliminary schedule will be available in early August once we have all of those placements and we can make the schedule the way that we need to. We typically have an add drop period in September, which means that students can move up from a college prep level class into an honors class, or move down from an honors level into the college prep level. However, given all that's happened this year, we're going to extend that time even longer, and so students will have more time than usual to find the right placement that they might need. So although we'd like to be as confident as we can be with the placement using the data we have, we know it won't be perfect. We know that there'll be some flexibility, and we want to make sure that you have that. If there are concerns once you have your placement, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Email me at bmarana@loyolablakefield.org. That's BMARANA @loyolablakefield.org. Again, please look out for more information that will come in the weeks and the months that come. I hope that you are staying healthy and safe, and I look forward to seeing you in the fall. Thank you.